Welcome to Clemson, South Carolina, and the night sky providing a foreboding backdrop for any visitor because the Tigers are ready to open another season here at home. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Tigers' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense takes the field. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Now they'll run it on the toss. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
Now sliding to his left. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut this crowd up early, you don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. It's caught downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
I love offensive coordinators. They're not afraid to be aggressive early in games. And how about that? Dialing up a shot right away in the first series, trying to seize the momentum.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone.
Hold it, open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? They're going to run it to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of the bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold open.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Oh, and the attempt is no good. kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Loss of 8 yards on the play. Second down coming up.
So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Hard-hitting tackle. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. They move the tight end all over. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Power football with the run. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. The give to the lone running back. Across the 25, he's got room. That gives him 54 yards rushing already. You want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And he was under so much duress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
The RPO, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 2nd down coming up. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback checking off. Right back to him on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Now the play fake. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Get it out on the screen.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. Third down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. And that's exactly what happened, now setting up fourth down.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The lone back's got it. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter.
13.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, running back on the move. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. He's piled up 65 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Tackled immediately after the catch. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Here's the handoff. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking the football and forcing the incompletion.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on fourth down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes the catch, he's got enough. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the D denied him on second and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. Running to the left. And they swarm him under.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I'm...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
When you get down here in the red zone, when you get close to the end zone, and you get goal-to-go situations, you've got to be physical. And I love teams that can run the football. They run the football, hand it to the running back. He does the rest, puts it in the end zone.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Clemson will send the punt team out. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Makes it past the marker. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. On the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense had them backed up, and then they're in the neutral zone, and the offense will say thank you very much. He's looking for a man on second down. Got his man quickly, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Georgia sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that lead.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. They'll run it from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. He now has 79 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Clemson will send the punt team out. He'll try to really get into this one. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Dogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Finds a man in the middle. Bulldozes his way through. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Didn't get much on first down in 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They continue.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the defense obviously went in at halftime. They were trailing on the scoreboard. They needed to make some adjustments, and already they're showing some positive signs. On the very first drive of the second half, they're able to register a sack on third down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle, make an incredible catch, and just give some life to this offense.
Yeah, whatever you can, whatever it takes. Don't worry about looking pretty. That's out the window. We've already looked really, really ugly. We've got to find something that works to put some points on the board.
He's working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy.
He lost one down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Georgia going up tempo. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First and 10. With jet sweep pass. Jukes his way for more. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
The give to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to run for it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They'll run play action. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. It's complete. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Number 13.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The give on the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Bringing it back, it's Fox.
The return is brought down at the 40, and the Georgia offense will take over.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This offense has a 2nd down play. Leaves it with the running back.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 36-yard line.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Now adjusting. Unleashes one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Georgia going back to work with another first down. To the ground with the back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Oklahoma was able to ride away on that Sooner schooner with the win, but not necessarily without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger one. Nothing but green ahead. Oh, big juke to get past. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Out of bounds at the 32. Brings up second down.
What a day it's been on the ground for these 2 guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll try the left side. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense because, remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
The give to the tailback. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. The snap sets up the throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. Still running at the 40. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. The hand to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Wide open downfield.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Hold it, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Simon. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Caught over the middle. It's Boyd. And now on second down for this offense. Hands it off. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's got great speed, and the coverage team able to make the tackle. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
We'll see how aggressive this defense is with just a few minutes to play. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. They'll leave it with him. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. Trying play action. He lets one fly deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here, 1st and 10 from the 33. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the 1st down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, still a 6-point game, but a missed opportunity.
And just not enough leg on that kick. You see it just gets knocked down by the crossbar.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Clemson! And once he got loose, it was all over.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this. David, game on the line late. Who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's...
Touchdown, Dogs! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
They're working that left side. He just couldn't squirt his way in for the 2, and it's still a 5-point game here in the fourth quarter. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. He'll bring it out. It's Simon. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Okay, one possession game. Got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
You got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make it.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock.
Now, a 4th down.
A 5-point game here, getting very late, in the offense will stay on the field on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants a big play here late. Lofted toward the sideline, intercepted! And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.